Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyers Guy, aka the Philly Underdog, aka the Philly Delight, aka full-time Flyers fan. Here with another Orange and Black recap. I have a lot to say about last night. I got a lot that I need to get off my chest after last night. Last night, the Philadelphia Flyers faced off against the Seattle Kraken. The Flyers were on the verge of being shut out by the Kraken last night, down 3-0 against the Kraken. The Kraken get the first goal, then they get the second goal, then they get the third goal in the third period. Flyers got a goal back as Paul Grundstrom narrowed the lead to 3-1. Flyers pulled their goalie once again. The last goal that made it 3-0 was an empty net goal. Flyers pulled their goalie again. Seattle got the empty net goal. 4-1 loss for the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to say it right now. I feel like every time they pulled their goalie, Flyers seem to turn the puck over. Right, they have a chance to get back into the game. Flyers turned it over twice during the extra attacker segments of that game. Tough loss last night. No doubt about it. It was a tough loss last night. Flyers went up against a good goalie. I'm not saying that Drew Power is an elite goaltender, but he had himself a good night last night. And the Flyers should not. They had chances in this game. There's no doubt that this Flyers team threw everything they had at Philip Grubauer last night. There's no doubt that this Flyers team showed the effort last night. They had some great chances. They could not cash in on those chances. It happens sometimes. I've been a fan of this team my whole life. I've seen my fair share of successful moments and my fair share of heartbreaking moments as well. The heartbreaking moments stand out the most because in a way, all the heartbreak that I've seen this team go through as a Flyers fan, the heartbreak that I went through, seeing this team give it their all and come up short. And let me tell you, those heartbreaking moments, they were heartbreaking, yes. But those moments were the moments that really lit a fire under me as a fan. And that fire I have inside me, that fire that fuels my passion, that fire is because of all those heartbreaking moments. The moments this team came up short. And I've experienced it. There were some heartbreaking moments. But in a way, they fired me up. They made me say, hey, yeah, it was a tough loss. We came up short. But every time that happened, it made me more determined. It made me want it more. And that's the thing about disappointing moments. Sometimes in life, disappointment can fire us up. It can make us a better person. It can make us learn from our mistakes. And last night, was a heartbreaking loss because this team played a good game. There's no doubt that this Flyers team played a good game. Played a good game last night. They had so many chances and they can outshot Seattle in that game. And still had nothing to show for it last night. But the only thing to show for it was the effort last night. It didn't get us the win, but half of my team went out there and tried their best last night. I know that doesn't seem like enough to some people. There's people, it doesn't seem like it's enough for people, you know. I feel like the effort doesn't matter nowadays. That's how people are. They don't take the effort into account. And just like Christmas, when you give somebody a gift, it's the thought that counts. It's the effort that counts. And that's what counts. It's the effort this team showed last night. Those heartbreaking moments in my life. They made me think to myself, you know what? It was a tough loss. It was a heartbreaker. But you know something? It's those heartbreakers that fire us up. Not just the heartbreaking moments in a game, but also the heartbreaking moments you have in your life. And I've had so many heartbreaks in my life that I can't even count right now. And they fired me up. They made me believe in myself even more. Not just believe in myself, but believe in my team. Because this team hasn't had a fair share of heartbreaks. But those heartbreaks fired this team up. They made this team more determined than ever. Yeah, it was a tough loss. But what I see here from this hockey team, what I've been seeing all season, when this team gets knocked down, they get right back up. They get right back up and they dish it out. And that's what I see with this team. The harder they get down, the more this team comes back with a fire. And that's what we're going to see in the next game. I know this was a tough loss. Seattle has been playing pretty good. Ever since they made that trade, they've been really good. Phil Grubauer was great in that last night. He had a good night. Sometimes it happens. And last night, it was a good night for Philip Grubauer. Wasn't such a good night for us, but sometimes they're going to happen. And you know, I'm gonna say it right now. As much as I hate the way the playoffs are formatted in the NHL, I'm just gonna say it right now. I think the way that the standings are set up, the way that the formats for playoffs are set up, is ridiculous. They make it so hard for certain teams to make the playoffs. The way they set up these standings, it's ridiculous. I miss the old way, when you could be an 8th place hockey team and still make the playoffs. I like that. It was convenient, it was comfortable, and I liked it. And I do not know why that idiot Gary Bettman changed the playoff format. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Flyers still have to find ways to win games. But I'd just like to say one more thing about the new playoff format. You have this playoff format. The way that you have to get into the playoffs is like going to the boardwalk down the shore and playing one of those train game machines, the machines that always rip you off, no matter what. That's what this feels like. A rip-off crane game machine. That's what this playoff format is like. It's like playing, it's like playing back alley blackjack. You never win, you always get ripped off, you never win, and you end up looking like a fool. And that's why I do not like the way the league formatted the playoff brackets. First of all, in the ECHL, they don't do that. In the ECHL, if you're an 8th place team, you can still make the playoffs. In the AHL, if you're in 8th place, you still make the playoffs. I don't get why the AHL can do that. The ECHL can do that. But the NHL, they can't do that. The ECHL, they don't even have I think they do a 3-on-3, but it's 7 minutes. So I just don't get why Gary Bettman and the NHL can't just go back to the original way the teams can make the playoffs. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and the reason why it's so ridiculous is you can be a team that tries so hard, but you can be a team that tries so hard to make the playoffs, but comes up short. It's ridiculous, it really is. And that format is ridiculous. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now. I really think that the NHL put that playoff format in place to keep the Flyers out of the playoffs. That's what I think. I think that's all that's what it's about. And it's ridiculous. That's the only reason they put it out. Because back in 2010, when the Flyers came close to winning the Stanley Cup, many years later, the NHL realized something we screwed up. The Flyers almost won the Stanley Cup. We have to change that. We have to make sure that this team can never get into the playoffs ever again. And you know what? I like the fact that the NHL continues to throw obstacles in our way. Hiring hitmen on the ice to take out our players. But you know something? NHL, you wanna stack the deck? You wanna keep throwing guys at us? Well, go ahead. Your boys, the Seattle Kraken, got lucky last night. Well, let me tell you something, Gary Veteran. NHL, you keep throwing all your boys at us, and we'll keep knocking them down. And you know something? Whether you like it or not, there's gonna be a time when the Flyers get into the playoffs. And you will learn to love it. That's all I gotta say about that. Tough loss last night, but I believe that this hockey team is gonna bounce back tomorrow when they face off against the Vancouver Canucks. And that's what I have to say about that. I will continue to stay hopeful. Because you think a 4-1 loss is going to keep the full-time Flyers fan down? You think that's going to discourage me? You think that's going to stop me? You think that's going to discourage this hockey team? Let me tell you something. This hockey team, they're not through. Not by a long shot. So that's it. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys in the next recap on Wednesday when I recap the Philadelphia Flyers, Vancouver Canucks game on Tuesday. Vancouver Canucks game. That game will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Hopefully our boys go out there and they get a victory over the Vancouver Canucks. I believe that this team will win, and I am hopeful that they will win on Tuesday. Let's go, Flyers!